The Yankees are showing interest in quite a few guys. These guys would make one heck of a difference on this team. We're going to go over who they are in just a few moments, but before I do, if you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on any trade the Yankees make, We're doing a trade deadline stream from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on deadline day, and then July 30th, we're doing another trade deadline preview stream from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. We'll see how that one goes. And we're also starting to live stream this upcoming Monday, so I'm excited to get back into doing that. But listen, the Yankees are showing interest in quite a few guys, and these aren't just schleps, these are good ball players. We all know about Eugenio Suarez. Suarez this year, one of the best power bats in Major League Baseball. 31 home runs, hitting 250, 889 OPS with a 142 OPS plus. He has the highest OPS amongst third basemen in Major League Baseball. If you were to insert him alongside Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Cody Bellinger, Jazz Chisholm, I would even throw Dominguez's name in there. I would even throw Austin Wells' name in there. The production of Trent Grisham, he's been having a career year. If you were to now put Suarez in that lineup amongst all these guys, whew, you make that lineup a heck of a lot deeper now. A heck of a lot scarier in adding Suarez. Is he the best defensive third baseman in baseball? No, he's not. He's not. And I'm not going to tell you that he is. But what I will tell you is that he's one of the best power bats in Major League Baseball. And I know that on base percentage scares some of you. It doesn't scare me because he makes that up in home runs. He makes that up in his slugging percentage. It's fine. But there are a few names, other names that the Yankees are interested in that have me raising my eyebrows like, interesting. Mitch Keller, we're going to start there. The Yankees are showing interest in starting pitcher Mitch Keller. Now, for the Pirates this year, Keller pitching to a 3.48 ERA, 20 starts, 119 innings pitched, 92 strikeouts, has a 1.143 whip. Keller is under team control through the 2029 season. He might cost a pretty package. And even though I think Keller would be a good addition, I'm not sure I want to trade away what it may take. And because starting pitching is so expensive this day and age, it's so damn expensive. I mean, it always has been. But there's like a tax on starting pitching on bullpen help, especially towards the deadline. And you're having Keller, who's having a pretty solid season for Pitt. Imagine what it would take to go and get him. We have to put it into perspective. Look at what the Padres had to trade away last year for Tanner Scott for a 2-month rental. I can't imagine what you would have to trade away for Mitch Keller. Look at what the Dodgers traded away for Jack Flaherty, a 2-month rental. And then Flaherty ends up going back to Detroit. It's kind of funny. But anyway, Mitch Keller, what it would take to go and get him, people are saying Jason Dominguez. And as much as I hate that idea, as much as I want to say the Yankees would be fools for doing it, and they would be, I stick by that, that actually might be what it would take to go and get him. Now, I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to trade Dominguez for Mitch Keller. Not the move I want the Yankees to do. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, essentially. But at the end of the day, you're improving that starting rotation and you're making it a little deeper, especially with the losses this rotation has suffered this year, right? Cole to start, Clark Schmidt, Luis Heel. Now Heel is coming back. So maybe, just maybe, you don't have to make a move for Mitch Keller, but the Yankees right now are showing interest in him. I know the Mets are really interested in Mitch Keller. But here's another guy that the Yankees are showing interest in, and I absolutely love this player, Carlos Estevez. I wanted the Yankees to go and sign him this past offseason, but Estevez this year for the Royals, he signed a 2-year deal with a team option this past offseason with Kansas City. Estevez this year, 2.36 ERA, 41 appearances, 25 saves, 42 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts with a 1.095 whip. Estevez would make that bullpen so much deeper than it is now. He would give you a weapon, right? And that back end of that bullpen would look a lot scarier if he's in there, right? If Luke Weaver figures it out, Devin Williams is figuring it out. Now you throw Estz in there, and then not only that, you're not trading for a rental here. You're trading for a guy who you're going to have at least for next year, and there's a team option in there for 2027. So you could have him for 2 additional years beyond this season. I think that's a great get for the Yankees. And I love Estz. I think the world of him. I think he's really good. And that's a guy who I would love the Yankees to go and grab. But like I said, there might be a huge trade deadline tax on these guys. And it might cost the Yankees an arm and a leg to go and land Estz, Keller, and Suarez. But what if they could save prospect capital when it comes to a Suarez deal? What if they could go and get another third baseman? And the Yankees are actively showing interest in Ke'Bryan Hayes. Ke'Bryan Hayes this year, offensively, he struggled, man. It's hitting .238, 2 home runs, 31 RBI with a .576 OPS, a 62 OPS plus. Now, you have to also look, what's his salary? Hayes is making $8 million over the next couple of seasons. That's expensive for a guy who has a .576 OPS. That's why I'm against trading for him, or at least I was. You look at the production the Yankees are having over there at third base, and even though Hayes is a little more expensive, or a lot more expensive than Peraza and Bibas, I mean, those two guys aren't doing anything, especially Peraza. What a disappointment that was. What a disappointment he's been. I'm probably the biggest Peraza fan on the face of the earth, and he just hasn't seized the opportunity. I'm hearing Paul Neal up in the frickin' booth critiquing Peraza's swing, and I'm just screaming at the TV, Paul, go down there, help him. Go down there and help him. But he doesn't. He never does. Anyway, Ke'Bryan Hayes, if you were to maybe acquire him alongside Mitch Keller, I don't think that's a bad idea because you're taking on Hayes' money, and that could lessen the package for Mitch Keller. It could. So maybe you don't have to trade away Dominguez for Mitch Keller, which obviously I hate that idea of trading Dominguez for Mitch Keller, but that in order to get him, you might have to. That's why if you attach Ke'Bryan Hayes to a Mitch Keller deal, it might lessen the package because you're taking on Hayes' money. Now, Hayes, defensively, though, he's one of the best, if not the best, defensive third baseman in Major League Baseball. He's just stellar over there. And the Yankees really don't have an issue right now defensively over there at third base because Peraza's good. Bibas is pretty good defensively. But Ke'Bryan Hayes doesn't have the strongest arm, but his outs above average, 13 in the 99th percentile. He is fantastic over there at third base. It's just that bat is not very good. And Ke'Bryan Hayes is good on the bases. He's good on the bases. So I believe it was Joel Sherman and John Heyman. They mentioned how Scott Brocious needed a change of scenery. He needed to move on from Oakland. And he moved on from Oakland, played for the Yankees. And he played pretty damn well for us. So they're saying, hey, could that be what Ke'Bryan Hayes needs? Some players can't play in New York, but other players, they thrive here and they get better here. Maybe that's what happens with Hayes. As you know, his father played for the Yankees. So maybe that's what happens with Hayes. We don't know, but as I said, maybe in acquiring Hayes, you would trade less for Mitch Keller if Hayes were to be attached because Hayes' bat isn't very good and his contract, it's not the largest contract in the world, but it's $8 million per year for a guy who can't even have a 600 OPS. He can't even hit for a 600 OPS. So those are the names that the Yankees are actively interested in. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Would you trade Dominguez for Mitch Keller? I want to know. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.